What's going on, guys? Alex here and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, you're probably expecting the Clio update where we were going to be doing the track prep and all that to the car. That didn't quite go to plan. So I had a couple of issues with the car when it came to the track day. Well, before we got to the track day, basically I went to go prep the car. It wouldn't start. That was expected because it's not really moved for 4 months, I think. So sorry, Clio. But then I kind of like left everything a little bit last minute because I was just busy with work. And when I went to go jump start it, I saw it had a flat, and I was just like, okay, well, I've not got enough time to sort out the tyres, so I'm just gonna have to leave it. Ended up taking the up to the track day. Then that didn't go to plan because it was really busy, it was raining, it was miserable. So we've ended up with loads of footage from Bar in the TTS. So I'm going to hopefully put something together with that footage and at least give you some Brands Hatch track day footage. But that's not what today's video is about. So today's video is a video that probably should have gone live about a year ago. So for those that don't know, the RS3 has always been like a dream car of mine, like an attainable dream car, something that I could always work towards. So it's not like it's like a Ferrari or a Lambo that's like ridiculous money. This one I could like work towards and then finance and all of that. So last year I got to a point where I had enough saved up, and I was like, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet, I'm going to do it, I'm going to go find one and buy one. So I did, and yeah, so collection day was all okay, but then after I had the car for a few days, I was like actually looking at the car and all of that. Had some friends come over, look at the car as well, and that's when we started finding all the various issues with it, which are covered in the second half of this video. So yeah, let's go back in time and see past me go and collect what I thought was my dream car at the time. Today you join me in the Golf R. We are actually heading up to a car dealership today. So Prestige Cars Kent. So I think they're in Orpington. I know they're in Orpington because we're going there. And we are picking up a new car for me. So Charlotte will finally have the Golf to herself rather than me stealing it all the time. So I'm finally buying one of my dream cars, which just still seems a bit surreal to me. So the car itself is a 2018 Audi RS3. So if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, and I'm talking about 5-6 years, which that's quite a while considering I don't really upload all that much, which hopefully will change with this new car. You might remember I had an Audi S3 Saloon. I absolutely loved that car, but the RS3 was always the dream, but it was just always a little bit out of reach for me. So fast forward to today, and we're finally going to pick the car up. So we're just going to stop off at Bluewater on the way up because it's nearby. We're going to meet up with Sam, who you'll know from the channel anyway. We're going to have some lunch, and then we're going to head on over there, and yeah, we're going to collect the new car. There she is, parked out front. Okay. But yeah, here we are. We've just arrived at Prestige Cars Kent. As you can see, the car is out there waiting. So I'm just gonna park up, head on inside, see what paperwork needs doing and whatnot, and then yeah, collection time. So excited. Most important bit is the first cold start.
Wow.
This drive system fault.
Oh, no way! Hey, get him. Don't start, don't try again.
So we are pretty much back home now. So as you can see, our cold start didn't quite go to plan. So turns out it's actually got an immobilizer. So basically I started the car and then the car just shut off because it was the immobilizer itself just kicking in. So it's good to know that that works. But yeah, so that's it. We have picked up the RS3. Obviously we've got Charlotte in her lovely Golf R now. So she now actually gets to have the car all to herself, rather than me using it all the time. So just a quick rundown on sort of spec. I'll do a proper video at some point soon, like going over the entire spec of the car. But as you can see, RS3 Sportback. This time I went for the Sportback and not the saloon, just because, well, it's a bit more practical for what I need, like regarding work and all of that. Plus I've already done the saloon, so I want to do something a bit different. So it's actually black in Mythos black, or however it's pronounced. So it's got all the standard like RS3 extras, so like the LED lights, all of that good stuff. What drew me to this one was they, at Prestige Cars Kent, they have, I think they had like 9 in stock. I think 4 Sportbacks or 5 Sportbacks. This one was the only one with like the black optics package, so everything that is normally chrome is de-chromed, so mirrors, grille surround, window trims. I think there's something at the back as well. So this has also got the sports exhaust, so the black tips and the sportiness of it. And the main thing for me was on the inside, this one was the only one in stock with the super sport seats. So it was actually the more higher mileage one out of all the ones they had, but the spec was just too nice on this. So obviously got the comfort and sound package, so it got Bang & Olufsen sound system as well, got this nice sort of like carbon effect trim everywhere, and yeah, I'm just really happy with it. So it's a relatively short video, so if we get back inside, oh, the key's in my pocket, you can calm down. So yeah, it's all great. It just feels great being back in an Audi. Like, I've missed my S3 since I sold it, but I always knew that I was going to one day get back into one, and I'm so glad it was the RS3. But yeah, so today was more of a collection video, and I'm going to plan like a proper in-depth, like spec wise, why I went for the RS3 instead of a couple of other car choices that I had at the time, and a proper first drive as well, because the drive home was literally just an hour of motorway, so it's not really a fun first drive. But we're here now, so if we get a couple of baby revs. Just love the sound it makes with that sports exhaust. But yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. Like I said, just a quick one, just to say I'm still alive, I'm still here, I've got a new car, I've got content coming. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, if you could drop the video a like and a comment, it really helps with the algorithm getting my videos out there. And obviously make sure to subscribe, as there's going to be so many more videos and trips coming up with this. And we have to reveal to you Sam's new car as well, because he's picked up something spicy. So hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers.
The next day.
So today you joined me for a not so great video, I guess. So my previous video was picking up my dream car, which was the RS3, and this video is sort of a bit bitter because well, well, the day I collected it, I was like over the moon. I was like, oh my god, finally getting my dream car. At the dealership, I did notice a couple of little bits. So like the swirl marks on the paintwork, it was terrible. I don't know if I've got a photo. If I do, I'll sort of overlay it. And I saw that the bonnet had a respray, but I thought it's only sort of like minimal things. The swirls, I've got someone that I use for valeting. He can machine polish it all out. And bonnet respray, it's not the end of the world. At least it's been resprayed. But if I then sort of show you around the entire car. So when I say bonnet respray, I know it's a bit hard to see at the moment because of all the water. I think it rained overnight, so it's not been ideal, but hopefully you can hear that. Like, it's got a hard sort of edge all the way around. It's mainly like that bit there, so where it's been masked off to get painted, they've not done a great job with it. So that is around the entirety of the bonnet. But like I mentioned, I saw that at the dealership and the swirl mark, and I was like, oh, okay, that's only minimal. But the day after, like, I got home, because by the time I got home it was evening. So the morning after, it was a nice sunny day. Start looking around the car, and I start seeing like more and more bits with it. So again, it's probably going to be impossible to see, but there's paint runs here, there's sort of bits in the paintwork, so and again more paint runs around here. And it turns out that upon inspecting everything, we think the car's pretty much had a full respray, but a really bad one. So working our way around the car, so bonnet resprayed, bumper resprayed, the wings, they haven't been touched, so all up here is like stone chipping, which I'm absolutely fine with. I was buying a second-hand car, it's 4 years old. I wasn't expecting perfect paintwork, I was expecting stone chips, like the odd ding, the odd scratch and all of that. But where the bumper and the bonnet have been resprayed, it's a completely different colour to the wing. I don't know if you can more or less see it on here, but let's see. I can sort of more or less see it on the screen, but I don't know how well it's going to come out on the camera. Then again, here, this isn't put back on in place correctly. So like I mentioned, I wasn't expecting perfection, but because I noticed these couple of bits, we then went around the entire car like nitpicking everything, because I could live with a couple of bits, but there is quite a lot. So notice how on the wheels it's got the Audi Sport by the valves. All the other wheels have it, this one doesn't, so I presume this one's been refurbed because there's marks here where it's been polished. So I took it over to my friend Sam, the body shop that's literally on the next estate over. He's the one that resprayed my S15 for me, so he went over everything with his eye. So this rear quarter has also been sprayed, but here, I don't know how well, if I can get it to focus please. Why does it never want to play ball? Manual focus. But okay, it's not wanting to play ball, but basically here, I know it's not in focus, but that is bare metal, and again around here bare metal, so it's had a respray, but it's not done a very good job. Aha, I found the button. Okay, there we go. So you can see it there, and up here, right, there's been a few areas where it has been resprayed, but obviously missed some bits. Boot lid, that's absolutely fine. Back here, so there's a crease in the bumper here, which you can't see, a dent in the bumper there, So like I've mentioned before, and I'm probably going to say it again, I wasn't expecting perfection. So if it wasn't for the case that it's been resprayed badly in the other bits, I wouldn't have cared about the crease or that little dent, because again, 4-year-old car, 40,000 miles on it, like you got to expect some little bits and pieces on it. So again, this rear quarter has been resprayed again. Well, I say again, I mean as well. But like the bonnet, this has got a hard edge all around here. Don't know if you can hear that. So hard edge all around there, hard edge all around here. And the worst part, again, it's definitely not going to be visible here because of the wetness, but where they've seamed it along the roofline here, the lacquer is all lifting off. So it's all, there's flaky lacquer all in here. So it's really not great. And we got some overspray up in here as well. Here. So that bit there and that bit there is paint overspray onto this plastic cap. Down here we've got more flaking lacquer. Around here, see, another hard edge, and also colour difference between the door and the rear quarter as well. This skirt's fine, and again this side, front wing wasn't touched, so it's got like stone chips all here, which is fine, but different colour. So different colour front wing to the rest of the front end. And again here we've got another front edge, and again just more flaking lacquer. Then we've got overspray on here, so it's not even black overspray, it's like primer overspray. And this window here, I don't know what it is or how, but basically driving it, there is I'm getting a wind noise. So, oh Jesus Christ, I'm white. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it sounds like there's wind coming in from that window. So I don't know where it's coming in from, but if I put my hand up in this bit here, it changes the pitch. So I've tried opening and closing the window multiple times. I've tried cleaning all up in here. I've had a look at the seals. I can't sort of see anything obviously wrong with like anything in here. So yeah, I'm sure I'm missing a couple. The other bit is I've not managed to find any like service history of the car. There is one invoice with the paperwork for a service done at 35,000 miles. The car says it's not due a service for quite a while, but with these cars at 40,000 miles it's due a gearbox and Haldex service, and it's basically on 40,000. I think it's on 39.5 if it wakes up. I'm pretty sure it's at 39.5, 39.6. So yeah, it needs that doing, but I can't find any proof that it's been done or hasn't been done. So like it's just another one of those things that, because the car's not asking for it, it's not asking for any service, then if I leave it until its next service interval, what happens if it hasn't been done and the gearbox goes or the Haldex goes? Like I've had the Haldex go on my S3 and that was an expensive affair. I can only imagine it's even more expensive on this because of the RS badge. But yeah, and then it's just wear and tear. The front discs are pretty much toast, so they're quite badly lipped, so they'll need doing at some point as well. But yeah, so overall, like, I've got my dream car, but I've not been happy with it, so I've been going back and forth with them. So today I'm actually going back up to them. So originally they said that they were going, when I phoned up the day after, they said that they were going to sort everything out. so they booked it in for what is today. But the more I've been thinking about it, the more I kind of don't want to keep the car, just because it seems like it's had like a troubled past. It's got a lot of issues that you wouldn't really expect on a car of its age. So like, it's a 4-year-old car. Why has it had pretty much a full respray? Has it been involved in an accident and repaired on the cheap? Has it been keyed and the guy just wanted to fix it cheaply? Or like, I don't know what to think with it. And so it's just those sort of things. It's sort of like just made me a bit meh about the whole car situation, because I was expecting to be so happy, over the moon, everything with this car. Like, I was going to jump into it. Like, I've been wanting this car for 7 years, 6-7 years. There's a video of me test driving the RS3 and going out in a mate's RS3 from when I picked up the S3, because this was the dream since then, but I couldn't quite afford it at the time. But now I'm at the place where I can, but it sort of just made it like, yeah, it's almost like ruined the experience. So we're gonna go back to the dealership and their service centre, gonna thoroughly go over everything together with them and see if we can come to some kind of resolution. So I will update you guys later on today, later on today for me, in a couple of seconds for you, with what goes on, and yeah, fingers crossed we come to some kind of agreement. So, as you can probably imagine, we did come to a resolution in the end. They gave me a full refund, as they tried to sort out a few of the problems, but I still wasn't happy with it, because at the end of the day it still had so many issues with it. I just didn't want the car anymore. It sort of like ruined the whole experience of the car for me. So yeah, I got the full refund, and then I went to an actual Audi dealership to ask them about if they had any RS3s in stock, or if they were getting any, and if they were, then to like bear me in mind and let me know. And then that's how the M4 happened. So yeah, a bit of a sort of interim video, a little blast from the past, but next week we'll be back to our regularly scheduled videos, and back with the up, as I have listened to you guys' comments, and we've bought an exhaust for it. So we're going to be fitting the exhaust in the next video, and hopefully it's going to sound a lot better. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to leave the video a like and a comment, and make sure to subscribe for plenty more videos to come. Cheers!